Welcome back to another episode, everyone. Today, we got a pretty good to-do list to do. We already started some of it, but we cut open a path to a new little enclosed area and a real nice pinch point. We got it all cut up. We snuck in there with the electric chainsaws. Now we got the big boy out because we're cutting up some big logs now on a four-wheeler path off of this food plot. And it's setting up to be a real good kill spot. So we got this awesome growing food plot back in here. This Octagon Blind. It's looking beautiful. We've already got some real good deer hitting that. We got to stand up off the trail. There's a T. We've been in this swamp a couple times on this property recovering deer. And the trail that comes out of there is 20 yards from the stand. So we got the setup out here for Jordan, and we're just doing some cleanup today. I'll be getting trail cameras out, and I'll show you guys the box blind I bought. Maybe we'll build it today. We'll see. But either way, we're doing some trail cameras, some clear cutting. We're just getting excited and ready for hunting season. Let's get after it. Right, well, there it is, the $800 blind. I think I said it in the episode when we bought it, or in this episode earlier. I don't remember, but I'm just going to repeat it. $800 is a lot of money. So much money. It is nothing for a 72 by 72 blind. Like, that's huge for that price. Comes with its drawbacks, obviously. All right, so do I recommend it to you? It depends. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a rifle hunting blind, they make a rifle version that doesn't have the vertical windows for $649. Yeah, I'd buy 5 of them. I would have no problem recommending it for that. Pause. I don't know how well it's going to heat when it's 20 degrees outside yet to be seen. Like, I want to save all of my judgment until I've actually used it for an entire season, because I'm having a little bit of buyer's remorse. I have to admit it. I have to admit that I'm only a small little fraction of me is disappointed in the quality. It is flimsy. It really is. But is that its only drawback? Then, there's solutions to that, and you're still cheaper than any other blind. I still did way less work than I would have if I built my own. I'm happy with saying, hey, worst case scenario, we're already a step ahead of where we would need to be to build a new one. So it is what it is, but it's flimsy. That's it. That's the drawback. That's the one complaint I have. It was extremely easy to build. It's extremely cheap. The windows are massive vertical windows that are tinted. All the windows drop down. I can't find another complaint other than it being flimsy. That's it. That's all. That's the only drawback right now. Is that going to be a massive problem? Maybe. So, you know, I can't give a full judgment on its value yet as of today. But at the end of the season, when I do my like rifle season wrap up, I'll talk about it. We'll have seen how it hunts with a bow. We'll see how it hunts with a rifle. But for right now, I have a tiny bit of buyer's remorse and a ton of excitement to use it. So I'm gonna grab the GoPro and we're gonna hop inside. I'll show you a little bit of it. But either way, I gotta clean up the little bit of mess I have and we gotta get out of here and finish trail cameras. But I had to show it to you. She's a bit flimsy. Like the corners are pretty strong. Like if I push, it's hard to move it, but you can see that if you push in the middle of the panel, she moves quite a bit. It's really dark in here right now. We're about an hour from sunset, but it's also the tinted windows. But you can see, I have you guys literally in front of my eyes. This is the view you get. Let's open up a window once. There's 3 latches, but I just got the one on right now. Look at that. How quiet that is. We'll see once it's cold. I have a shooting lane out to 40 yards right there. Push on one of these sides, like say it's windy. I mean, I'm moving it a lot now, like on purpose. It's pretty sturdy. Got a small squeak on this window still over here. We added felt around all the window sills as well. So that would definitely be a recommendation if you get one, is some sort of felt or weather stripping that you could stick to the windows. Or like we did, we hot glued them to this windowsill. That way you get a nice quiet window when it shuts. You get a better seal in there. That's unacceptable. It is what it is, but here's the shack. It is a terrain archer pentagon. And I think I got at least all the pentagon shape itself looks really good now. We had it screwed down once and then we got out and we were looking at it and you could just tell like that wall was like bowing out and it wasn't square, but now it is. So all right, I came out here to cut a branch down because I thought a branch was setting this camera off like every 5 minutes. I was very wrong. Look at this. Box elder bugs all over my camera. I don't even know how to fix that, but put some soap on it. I think soap gets rid of box elder bugs. I don't know. Either way, I got to pull that cell link off, put a new one on, and make a decision on that thing now. That's weird. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just took that camera off that tree for now. You know, get some home defense, some bug spray, and come back, put it there when I want it on that scrape post. But for now, I just followed the trail in, made another scrape on the ground, and put it on a different tree for now. But we'll give you a good quick food plot update. I had mentioned maybe in the last episode or during this episode, when I planted too close to the rain, so I think a lot of my weed killer got washed. Like we sprayed, as we were spraying, it was starting to sprinkle, then it rained. So I don't know if the weed killer, you know, rinsed off or just didn't work well, but these plots are very weedy, except there's still plenty of plants. They're just kind of in bunches and they're kind of within the weeds. So I know they're not going to grow as good as they have in the past. So like you can't even tell there's much brassica in here. But if you get close, you can see there are plenty. There's all kinds of bunches like this here all throughout the plot, and some of it's better than others. But ultimately, we got food, and we got enough food, and that's just this one. So this has been, I'd say, our best plot over the years for growth. It kind of, you know, now we got these cooler temperatures. A lot of times it'll blow up. Like last year I was super worried about it, and then we came out on opening weekend and we had bulbs like the size of my head. Here we are opening weekend, and some of them don't even really have bulbs yet. But looking at the forecast, we definitely don't have a frost for at least the next 2 weeks as of right now. So we should definitely get some more growth. I also came out here and I threw a ton of nitrogen fertilizer in here before it rained. We got a pretty good rain for the next couple days, so I'm happy with the food plots. I'm not satisfied. There's definitely more and better work that needs to be done year after year after year, and we got really good at it. Then we've tested some things and we're not nearly as good as we were, but the process is dialed in. So it's just a matter of making sure that the spraying time frame and the planting time frames line up and are at a better moment in time next year. But I am happy. I went from expecting nothing to grow, because when I came out here one day you couldn't see a single brassica at all, to now being happy with the amount of food we're gonna have. So this plot, I'll throw in a couple of shots of the other plots. They don't look as good. I think this one on this side, the brassica plants are way healthier than these, but it's also the weediest one. But I'm gonna go check on this camera, make sure it's sending pictures, and we're gonna keep her moving. I mean, I'd say that's some pretty good growth. Look at the size of that thing. Like I said, they're growing good out here, and there is a lot of plants, but like right now you can't see. Look at all these tall weeds. You guys can't see any of the brassicas over here. But if we go over here, we got tons of plants growing, giant bulbs all throughout down here. So it's definitely not a pretty plot, but it's going to be a functional plot, I'll tell you that much. This is probably the most disappointing plot. This is one of my favorites. It's really deep and hidden into the back of the property. It's really thick all the way around it. We've had some pretty good success out here seeing deer. I've had some really good trail cameras just off this plot. But no brassicas took well across the whole thing. Once again, there's some pretty good bunches in a couple of spots. I think where the water probably pooled on the day we got rain, those seeds. But I mean, the green you see here, that's clover. It's not weeds in here, which is incredible. I mean, this whole plot looked like that 2 years ago, and now we got it opened up. So next year it's just a matter of making sure the soil is properly pH'd and we kind of time our planting a little bit better to get something growing in here. But it's a lot of clover. We got a little bit of brassica. I mean, there's gonna be some food in here, but this is definitely a plot that the first year we put it in, it was hammered down all the way through January. The deer were in here. They just feel so safe in here because it's just completely surrounded by really thick, heavy, dense woods with a couple of trails that come out on it. So it's definitely my favorite plot on the property as far as, deer feeling safe on it. So next year we just got to do a better job of planting out here, time it a little better, get a little better ground clearance on it. But like I said, lots of clover, some brassicas. I'll show you a couple of bunches we got. No face-size bulbs, but it is what it is. That's the hard part, right, everyone? Like, that's the really hard part of this whole hunting thing we do. And I don't know if I've expressed it on this channel before, but like, hunting is such an incredibly difficult sport to master because it takes a whole year. We tried something on this plot. It failed. We did a little recovery on it, but mostly it failed. And now we have to wait till next year. You get one shot. Same with, you got one target buck running around your property. You have to be as prepared as possible for the day that he gives you your one shot, that everything is right. Because if you make a mistake, it's a whole nother year before you get to learn and move on from that mistake. You got to carry it with you all year. But I'm still in the experimental phase. Like, I'm not trying to be an expert on anything yet. So like, this doesn't disappoint me that much. It's just a really good lesson to learn. It just sucks that it's a whole other year, a whole other calendar year before we can see if we can't dial it in a little bit better. But you can't get discouraged. It's what makes it fun. It's what makes it so rewarding when things work out. It's a fawn just ran. That's what I mean. They're bedded all in here. I love this plot. I don't even know what I was saying now. Just it makes it so rewarding to have to execute or otherwise you're set behind an entire year. But either way, I got to get one more camera up. I got to change one more set of batteries, and then we're out of the property. And this will be the last time I go driving around, stomping around through the property during the season. It's technically opening day today. I don't know if I had said that already, but I wasn't too excited about getting out in the woods to actually hunt anything. So I just came out and decided to make today the quick verify and fix and batterize all of the cameras to make sure that we're getting the best intel at the most recent date and time, because I had one that filled up and another one that died, so had to get those taken care of. Give you guys the food plot update. You saw, we have enough food on the property this year. Is it what we dreamed of? Absolutely not. Do we know what we got to do next year? Absolutely. So let me go get this other camera out, and I'll be right back with you guys. This is our switchgrass. Came out really nice. Right here. This whole lane should have been switchgrass. And that's partly on me. When I planted it in the spring, I didn't kill the weeds first. I needed a couple of sprays of the weeds first. But I saved a bunch of the seed. We're going to frost seed it this upcoming year. So this year was like a last second. Let me just try to put it in the spring. It was after the frosts and everything, so I wasn't sure any of it was going to grow. So to see some of it growing, it'll be interesting to see how it holds up against the frost this year. And then hopefully next year, after a good frost seeding, this whole lane will be switchgrass. So I have a lane all the way along the front here to kind of block this stuff in front of me. And we have 2 strips going north and south as well to kind of break up the food plots and just break up some of the sight lines. So, switchgrass is gonna work, just not this year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be all she wrote for this episode. It was a long one. Thanks for hanging in there and watching it this far. If you made it this far, make sure you like and comment. Let me know how your pre-season went, and then how your season's going, because I think Wisconsin's one of the latest. I know there's a couple that don't start till October, but for the most part, I know Wisconsin's one of the more later opening weekends for bow season. So we didn't get out. I was out in the woods doing things, and then I honestly don't know when my first trip to the woods is gonna be as of right now, but I'm gonna try to go hop in the stand with someone else if possible here shortly. Regardless, this episode is long enough. I just brought you guys in here to say good luck this year. I hope you guys have a great season. Make sure to keep me updated. Let me know when you kill a deer. I would love to congratulate you guys. So anyway, good luck to everyone out there. I wish you the best season ever, and I am going to finally wrap this episode up. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you in the woods.